On this channel, what I'm trying to do is document my journey to be making $1 million. That's why you're seeing in the beginning of every video how much money I've made thus far. In the description below, you can see how much money I've made thus far as well, in addition to all the different milestones and the dates of when I've hit each milestone thus far, right? That's the whole point of this channel. It is an interesting question though, because I have had friends, family, people, when I tell them this idea, they know I've been a full-time YouTuber since 2016, and I've been doing very well on YouTube. You know, YouTube's changed my life. I'm also a musician, so the fact that I get to wake up, make music, make videos like I'm doing now in the airport, even though I look a bit weird probably to people, this is my life and this is what I do, which is kind of cool. But it does bring up a bigger question of, okay, although YouTube's been doing well and I can live off the money, how realistic is it really to make $1 million on YouTube? And I think I'm going to give you a couple of different answers on this. One, I'd say, if I had to be honest, this is me just being honest, I don't want to use the word unrealistic, but it's going to be unbelievably difficult. Now, of course, when it comes to this channel, I am documenting through the ads, and there's a million different ways to make money on YouTube. I will be doing more and more videos about how to make money on YouTube in terms of the typical one that most people know is the ads on videos. Like, you're going to be seeing ads in the beginning of this video, potentially during the video. I make money from that. Brand deals, if, let's say, a company pays me money to make a video, sponsorships, affiliate marketing, which I've already done a video about, like Amazon Associates. So one, with all that being said, it is going to be unbelievably unlikely, and I'm going to be honest, very, 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 very few YouTubers get to the point where they actually can say they've made $1 million total from their channel. I mean, yes, you do have people like Mr. Beast, David Dobrik, Logan Paul, PewDiePie, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, all these different people, of course, who have made way more than $1 million on YouTube. But again, those are huge outliers, and this is true for any industry, right? For me being a musician, especially specializing in electronic music and DJing, in that world, of course, it's ultra competitive, and you know, you look at people like Marshmello or deadmau5 or Skrillex or these big names that we know, and it's easy to be like, wow, they're making tens of millions of dollars a year. But again, those are outliers. So I'm gonna be honest. One, it is unbelievably difficult to make $1 million on YouTube, right? I mean, if I use like a quick timeline, like say I make, which would be crazy, which would be awesome. Like say I was making $200,000 a year from this channel. That would be insane. That's a lot of money. I mean, even just hitting 6 figures is insane. But at 200K a year, that's literally going to be 5 years of time. Now, I asked one of my friends who is one of my best friends. I asked her, I'm like, okay, how long do you think this is going to take me? Out of, from your opinion, out of, you know, knowing me for so long, what is your perspective? And she said less than 5 years. But at less than 5 years, or let's just say 5 years to make it easy, that's 200K a year. Like say I was making $100,000 a year just from this channel. That's a good amount of money. That means it would take us 10 years to get to the point where we reach $1 million. So on that regard, as you can imagine, like I said, this is going to be unbelievably difficult. That being said, and this is going to be like, as you can imagine, both a technical video, where I'll talk about some technical aspects of YouTube and the math and the finances, but also some like fireside chat style stuff is for me, I'm like, well, I think what I'm trying to do is to train myself to think that this is going to be easy. Right, and you know, you probably heard this before. I remember learning this in business and stuff like that, that they found in some studies and whatnot where, like, say if you take someone who's super rich and make them lose all their money, so they're bankrupt, that they can become rich again way faster than the average person. And you could argue that some of it is, of course, the connections they have, right, which is definitely true. It's not what you know, it's who you know. You could also argue experience, but I remember reading about that a big thing is rich people, or people who are very wealthy, have this, what I'm going to call rich mindset, or this millionaire mindset, as I'm going to call it. And I think that's one thing I'm trying to instill in myself, is that it is very easy, I think at first, for this channel to be like, oh, we're going to get $1 million. Easy, we're getting there. When it comes to how difficult is it going to be, I still think it's going to be difficult, but I think the one thing I've been trying to do for myself is to train myself that any single time I have some doubt, any single time I have some like, all right, wait a minute. I mean, this is cool, and this is fun, it's a great idea in theory, but how realistic is it? To kind of add a unique aspect to this question of, how hard is it? Although it is going to be hard, although it's going to be very difficult, there are people who got into YouTube who said, you know what, I'm just going to make really good videos. I'm going to have a journey type channel. I'm going to relentlessly post good videos and document my journey and have this huge mindset that no matter what, never give up and it's definitely going to happen. And I think that's one thing for me, that as much as the initial answer to that question is, there's probably 0.0000001%, a lot of zeros, bunch of zeros, 1% of YouTubers who actually make $1 million on YouTube. I'm then trying to train myself, with that all being said, looking at the math and the analytics and everything, to be like, yeah, but guess what? I'm gonna be one of those people. Like, failure is not an option. All these kind of cheesy, philosophical, like motivational quotes are things I'm trying to make my actual reality, right? So one thing I'm doing now, which is kind of cool, kind of random, but you may notice, or you may have noticed that in some of my videos, let me pull it here, I have a watch, of course. That's not the point though, but you can see, let me see here, a rubber band. So I'm doing this thing. I remember, I think I first heard this from, I think it was like Tim Ferriss is where I heard this from, where if, like, say you want to kind of remove negative thoughts, and I will say for me, I'm not really a negative person, but it's always important, I think, to make sure you have the right mindset and all that kind of stuff, where every single time I have not just a negative thought, which, like I said, I'm naturally a positive person, but I'm going to call it a self-doubting thought. What you do is you snap it. So, like, I'll show you, I'll just do it. Oh no, it just broke. Wow, that could have not been weirder timing. Okay, so luckily I have a bunch of rubber bands at home. Wow, that was actually really horrible timing. Okay, but typically what I do before this just broke is I would snap it, right? Any single time I had like a downing thought. And the idea is to kind of train yourself like Pavlov's dog, so that any single time you have a thought that pops into your head like a downing thought, that you just get rid of it right away. Or you kind of nip it in the bud, because as you can imagine, the more that you have those downing thoughts, and I think in like an interesting way, I think the more that you entertain those downing thoughts, that's going to make things way worse and way more difficult. Now, of course, I'm not trying to talk about anything regarding like the secret or like visualizing it, although maybe that is important. I'm just talking in general of, I think it does carry through, right? It's the same thing if, like, say, I remember, I do a lot of parkour and free running and calisthenics and a lot of fitness stuff. Like, if you can see yourself doing it and you visualize it and you go into it with the right mindset, you can perform extremely well. And obviously, as we all know, there's been a million studies to show that visualizing a performance, or when you're doing anything athletic, has huge implications on you actually achieving it, right? And so I think when it comes to something like this, although it is kind of funny timing that on video this just broke, what I'm doing is every single time I have like a negative thought, a self-doubting thought, to snap this. And then it just kind of trains me to be like, no. And one thing I learned as well from, I can't remember the neuroscientist's name, but I learned from this one neuroscientist, that what you do is not just remove the thought or like nip it in the bud, but you then replace it with a new thought. So let's say, like, use just an analogy. Like, say you're trying to become more confident, right? What you do is, like, say you have a thought that pops into your head being like, oh man, I feel like I look weird today, or I feel like X, Y, or Z. You have like a negative thought. What you do is you snap it. So you immediately stop your mind from like entertaining that thought, that scenario in your head or whatever. And then you replace it with a new thought. And the thought that you replace it with has to be both something that usually has like I am or I have. So like, I am confident, I have confidence, I have X, Y, or Z. And also you want to make sure it's not you want to make sure it's not like how do I word this? Like a negative positive thought. So for example, like, let's say you're trying to get rid of social anxiety. Like, say you have a hard time talking to people and meeting new people. As opposed to saying, I don't have social anxiety, because your brain still has to think of social anxiety and then say not, right? So you don't want to do that. You want to say like, I feel super comfortable talking to anybody at any time, right? So in this scenario, in this situation, now to make it more relevant for this video, as difficult as it is to make $1 million on YouTube, what I'm trying to do is train myself. Like, every single time I'm like, okay, this channel is kind of fun, and it's funny to post random videos about different things and whatnot, but is this an actual realistic idea? Which I'm not gonna lie, it is a bit unrealistic. Let's be honest. Any single time you want to accomplish anything big in life, it's inevitable that it is going to be unrealistic. There's a reason why very few people have made $1 million on YouTube. There's a reason why very few DJs have headlined EDC or Ultra, to use, an example there. Same thing with movies or whatever. And every single time I get like a thought where I'm like, all right, is this, not necessarily is this realistic, but like, you know what, maybe I won't ever hit $1 million on YouTube. Maybe this idea is kind of stupid. Maybe this is something that seems kind of fun, but I'm only making, like, any single time I have those thoughts, snap the rubber band and say something along the lines of like, I'm making $1 million on YouTube. I make content that's worthy of $1 million. I make content that will eventually get me $1 million, or I have $1 million from making amazing content, right? I also, at least for me, like to include not only the goal of the dream, like I have $1 million from YouTube videos, but also what I gave in order to achieve that. I remember learning this from Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, kind of like a classic in the business world, that any single time, like, you have like a dream or a goal, to then not replace, but to say what you're doing to get it. And I think that's also kind of good too, because I think it also helps train your mind to be like, okay, not only do I have $1 million from YouTube videos, but also I have $1 million from YouTube videos because I make $1 million content, right? So like a video like this, I know is a very kind of like low-key fireside chat style video as I'm in the airport. Obviously, you're going to hear a lot of background noise and background stuff, but I think to have this kind of mindset of having that $1 million mindset. Then every single thing I do, and every video I post, and every thumbnail I post, and every title, to really document my journey. I think one thing I've noticed on this channel that people seem to really like is two things. One, of course, showing you my YouTube income reports. Those videos have definitely been the best, and I'm probably gonna do a lot more. Like, originally, I was gonna do just my monthly recap reports, like show you how much I made each month as we progress. But now I'm realizing people also like, in general, like how much did YouTube pay you for 1,000 views, 3,000 views I just posted. And I think what those videos do really well is they bring in new subscribers, because they're like, okay, if I do a video called how much did YouTube pay me for 3,000 views, you may be like, wait a minute, I don't know who this guy is, but I'm kind of curious. Even if you don't want to be a YouTuber, even if you don't care about YouTube or anything, you're probably curious, how much does YouTube pay for 3,000 views, right? Just people love to see money type videos. The second thing I'm noticing though on this channel is not just YouTube income reports and my perspective on them, but also I think me talking about the journey of this channel. I think there's something to be said on YouTube, which I've noticed a lot, is people really like to see journey videos. So you have a goal, you have something in mind, and if anything, you make your videos very vulnerable, right? And on a video like this, obviously, it is a bit of like me talking about this question of how realistic is it to make $1 million on YouTube, but also me being transparent and honest that like there have been times where doubt creeps into my mind. There has been times where I'm like, oh shoot, like am I in over my head? Like it seems like a fun idea at first, and a lot of people are supporting this channel. And when it comes to all these videos I'm posting, I think that's a big thing I'm trying to do, is to showcase the journey of me getting that $1 million, but also talk about the transparency of the ups and downs, right? Of course, not every video, and I mean this in a good way, not every video is gonna be super positive, like, oh, we're definitely gonna do it. I also wanna film videos, kind of similar to this one, where I'm kind of like touching upon it, where I'm like, you know what? Sometimes doubt does creep into my head. And it's almost, I think it would be unrealistic for it not to. And I think it's important when that kind of stuff happens to, one, like I said, kind of nip it in the bud. Don't entertain it too long, which is why, well, I'm gonna have to get another rubber band, but which is why I'm doing the rubber band technique. But two, I think also to kind of accept it, not like ignore it. And I think that's important, to accept it, be like, okay, I have doubt. Let me not think of the doubt anymore. Snap the rubber band and then replace it with a good thought, being like, okay, yeah, I have doubt about this, but you know what? I make $1 million content. Yeah, I have doubt about this, but, and then I replace it with all these positive thoughts. Like, I've been a full-time YouTuber since 2016, right? It's almost been a decade, and all this kind of stuff. Any single time that like those thoughts pop into my head, is accept them, not allow them to progress any further, and then replace them with a positive thought, But like I said, when it comes to that second thing I'm noticing people really like on this channel is the progression, the journey, and I think the transparency of me getting here. Because I think what a lot of people do, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but a lot of people just in general, when it comes to any dream or goal, typically, and it makes sense why, will look back and explain how they got there, right? And that makes sense. It's really interesting to me seeing like, how did Skrillex become Skrillex? How did Brad Pitt become Brad Pitt? How did Michael Jordan become Michael Jordan, right? All these big figures that we know. But I think it's also kind of cool for a channel like this to show you, and for all of us to be a part of this journey. Like, honestly, I don't know how this is going to go. And I mean that in kind of like a fun way. That's what I think was kind of exciting about it. I do believe, two things I'm going to say. I think one, I believe that out of nowhere, I can see this channel exploding out of nowhere. Now, when is that going to happen? How is it going to happen? I don't know. That's my honest, genuine belief. Big things are going to be happening. And I know it's such a cliche thing to say sometimes, but I really feel like with how much I'm working with all this kind of stuff, to me, it's not cliche at all, and I think that big things are coming. Big things are coming, and I'm really excited to say that. And I feel like with all this being said, with this whole point of this video, like how realistic it is or not, in my mind, I think it's having that duality and accepting the duality that on one end, yeah, it is unrealistic to make $1 million on YouTube. And it is unrealistic that very few YouTubers actually get to that point or even get close. I mean, it's even, to be honest, unrealistic to make money. And I remember like reading that on Reddit somewhere that they're like, what is more unrealistic than you think? And it's being a content creator. Like we all hear about people making money, whether it's on YouTube or OnlyFans or TikTok or whatever. It is unrealistic to make a living. And then not even just that, but make a decent living. And then not even just that, but make a 7-figure earning from social media. Unbelievably difficult. And I think it's important, like I said, having this duality on one end, yeah, it is unbelievably difficult, even just to live off it. Never mind $1 million. It's unbelievably difficult and unbelievably unlikely and uncommon, I think is a good word to use. At the same time, it's 100% going to happen on this channel. It's 100% going to happen. We're on our way there. And as uncommon as it is, unbelievably uncommon as it is, to make $1 million from YouTube, this channel is going to prove that it is, in fact, possible.